Mets win, baby, 3-1 over the Colorado Rockies. And I apologize for getting this one up very late. It's because I was at the game, ended up staying out afterwards, so I got home very late. It is now 3 in the morning, but I am going to probably just upload this tomorrow morning earlier in the day. But we got a lot to talk about when it comes to this game. The Mets finally I should say finally, because the offense, I'd say for the most part, stayed relatively the same, on par for the course here as they kind of did in the Subway Series. They were getting a couple more hits, but I still overall am not satisfied by any stretch of the imagination, if I'm being completely honest with everyone here. There was a couple just weak infield hits, a couple just weird hits, and listen, I'm not one usually that complains about lucky baseball, as that's apparently the new terminology for just putting the ball in play and everything. It's one thing to get like a bloop hit or some just a low contact hit. That's fine. But when it's infield hits where you're relying on the defense with a fielder's choice, with just poor defense or just whatever it may be, I'm just not satisfied with that type of baseball. Even if it outcomes to a win, it's not a sustainable way of winning baseball games. So that did not satisfy me. Like, for example, we'll talk about Lindor's ground out run, productive out. But still, I mean, before that, I'm pretty sure Marte had like a weak infield hit. We'll talk about it all. But before we do, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans. Turn on your notifications. Also, we are brought to you by Manscaped. They are the best, okay? The best in men's below the waist grooming. Over 6 million men worldwide trust Manscaped. So I don't understand what you're doing if you're not trusting them. Link is in the description if you want to get 20% off and free shipping using code Python at manscaped.com. Stay clean down there because it's beneficial for you, for a lady as well. All right. Listen, I understand that it could be scary to go down there, get around the edges, work around. I understand. But listen, you got to do what you got to do. This is business. This is important. This needs to be part of your daily routine utilizing Manscaped. And I'm here to help you get started. Again, code Python for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Tick pick. You want to go to a game and you all of a sudden are going through. You see, oh, just to get into the stadium, it's $5. Oh, let me click on this. Let's go through that. And then all of a sudden you're at the checkout page and then you see $15. Where'd this come from? Oh, the service fees and everything. Tick pick? No, that's not a thing with Tick pick. That is not a thing at all. So if you want to save yourself some money and help me out along the way, link is in the description for Tick pick. Go check them out. First inning, DeGrom just doing DeGrom things. Casually picks up 2 strikeouts. Gets McMahon to pop out. Unfortunately, couldn't strike out the side. Whoop-de-doo. Still solid first inning. Mets do nothing offensively. Picked up right where they left off from the Yankee series, huh? CJ Cron then struck out there. I think that was on 3 pitches. He might have fouled one. Not sure. But DeGrom cruises through that second inning. Bottom of the second, Pete Alonso continues to get on base, and he gets a nice single to kick things off in the second inning. Vogie then flies out. Jeff McNeil ends up with the force out, and that had Jeff McNeil safe at first. The out was at second. Tyler Naquin then with a single up the middle, and then Brett Beatty struck out. But overall, not going to complain there. Third inning, DeGrom, pair of strikeouts and a flyout. Again, just cruising through. Bottom of the third, Nito with a single, Nimmo with a single, and then Marte, with that weird little force out there. And then Lindor with the ground out to get a run, which, yes, you take runs like that, but this is a Rockies team that you should be just kicking their face right into the curb. Curb stomp these guys. Kicking their head into the curb stomp, whatever. Same thing. I just, for whatever reason, decided to go into detail of what it is. But then Pete Alonso ends up shutting me up with that big home run to make things 3-0. Vogie grounds out. But again, the Mets make it a 3-0 lead. But my problem is they don't add offense at all later throughout this game. Basically none, which we'll talk about. DeGrom, another pair of strikeouts. and gets that line out from Rogers on the first pitch. Looking good through 4. Don't speak too soon, but he's looking good. Bottom of the 4th, Jet McNeil with a single, and then Naquin grounds it to a double play. Brett Beatty then with the ground out. We go to the 5th inning, and my friend just had to text me about the DeGrom no-hitter, and sure enough, Cron ground out, but a single for Iglesias and then a double for Grichuk. Unfortunately, the single I still thought should have been ruled an error. That's just my opinion. I think Lindor would have had enough time had he gathered himself to make the throw over the first base, but they didn't end up ruling it that way, so it is what it is. But DeGrom gets out of trouble, if you want to call it that. It runners at second and third, so they're in scoring position. So I'd say it's out of trouble with a strikeout and then a line out from Servin. Bottom of the 5th, Mets put together some decent bats. I mean, you had 2 walks, Nimmo 4-pitch walk, and then Lindor with a walk. And then Burr comes in for Feltner. 3 runs against Ryan Feltner is unacceptable. I will not lie. It's very unacceptable. You got to get more. And the Mets don't add anything. 6th inning, Ryan McMahon ends up hitting a home run to make it a 3-1 ball game. As my cat's going crazy in the back there, I know. But Ryan McMahon ends up making it a 3-1 ball game. And DeGrom, pretty much, I mean, he allows that walk, but he gets out of trouble for the most part there. And that ended up being his last inning. Overall, very solid. And what I'm seeing on Twitter is, oh, it was a great start, but it wasn't. It was an off night for DeGrom, but it was still good. Off night. Off night. He was perfect through 4. He's walked 2 batters since he's returned. And one of them was tonight, so I guess, sure, off night. Give me a break. Give me a break. Wasn't an off night. And I think that it was smart to take him out after 6. I was thinking maybe in the stadium, maybe you should give him the 7th. But no, I understand you want him well rested for the Dodgers. That game's more important. You could beat the Rockies. But it was a little bit of a risky game here because, oh boy, the Mets did not do anything, like I said, offensively. Bogey walks, Naquin with a single, but outside of that, Mets do nothing offensively. Beatty struck out. And on one of these strikeouts earlier, too, I mean, the umpire just completely was brutal. But then in the 7th inning, if you want to talk about brutal umping, Seth Lugo got away with a very, very awful call. I forgot who it was on, but he ended up getting away with a very awful call. I think it was the Iglesias at bat. Terrible call, strike, but we take it. Allows a single to Grichuk, allows a walk, strikes out Servin, and then Hamster gets a single, and you're thinking, here we go. Here comes the trouble. And then McMahon strikes out as Lugo gets through it. Not easy, but he gets through it. Bottom of the 7th, Nimmo walks to lead things off there. Another 4-pitch walk for him on the night. Marte with the force out. Lindor, 4-pitch walk, and then back-to-back strikeouts. So yeah, there goes for Alonso. Him heating up, huh? Joking about that. Please relax. Edwin Diaz then comes in for the 8th inning, which everyone was thinking, okay, you're going to get a nice 6-out save here, save Ottavino for the next day. Unfortunately, it didn't end up being the case because Diaz got the first 2 outs of these and then got into a bit of trouble. He ends up walking Cron. Could have went a different way there. Iglesias then with a single, but then he struck out Grichuk. I didn't think, from at least being in the stadium, that Diaz's stuff looked off. I mean, it looked fine to me personally. We'll pull up the old Baseball Savant page, which I know people are either for or against Savant, but I like to use it for pitching, personally. I mean, yeah, his slider was still pretty effective. 3 whiffs on 7 swings. He was overall very effective, Diaz. So, yeah, I'm not going to complain at all. It's just an unfortunate situation that you couldn't get him for the 6 outs. But you take it there. You get the top of the order at the very least. Bottom 8, nothing but a Beatty single. At least he got his first hit at Citi Field, which was nice. And then Ottavino comes in for the save, gets the strikeout, gets the pop out, gets the ground out. Mets win this one with the final score 3-1. 8-6 in favor of the Mets for hits. I am not pleased at all, if I'm being completely honest, though, by the offense. Pitching we'll talk about. I'm very pleased with the pitching. DeGrom, 6 innings, 3 hits, allow 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. Very great start for Jacob DeGrom. And what was even the pitch that he threw on that McMahon home run? That was a That was a 4-seam, which had a bit of a velocity dip, which explains a lot. Dipped down to 97 there, which it's a little concerning. I'm not going to lie, seeing at times the DeGrom velocity dip that much. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. He still was very, very effective. And I'm not by any means calling this an off night like some people are for whatever reason. Lugo, he certainly was up and down, allowed 2 hits, got 3 strikeouts though, and allowed a walk. Certainly was shaky, but he got the job done. I'm satisfied with Lugo's effort. Diaz in 1 inning pitch, allowed a hit, a walk, but got a strikeout. Happy with Diaz. And listen, if people want to say they struggling a bit, fair, but you have to remember that he has not been pitching enough. There's just not been enough save opportunities. That's a reality of the situation, so it's harder for him to get into the swing of things as of lately, but hopefully everything will be okay. If it happens for another outing, as long as it's within this series still with the Rockies, I'll be a bit more concerned, I won't lie. But overall, I thought stuff was still very solid tonight, personally, from at least being in the stands. And Ottavino with a strikeout and a clean inning there. Very happy with him. The offense, I'm not too thrilled with, if I'm being honest. Nimmo, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Happy with him. Marte went 0 for 4. Not happy with him. Struck out once. Marte, need more from him. Need at least a walk at the very least, like I said. Lindor went 0 for 2 with 2 walks and RBI. Not going to complain when you're walking for half of your at-bats there. Alonso going 2 for 4. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Struck out once. Happy with Alonso's performance, that is for sure. Pete definitely had a bounce back game from what we've seen as of lately from him. Bogey going 0 for 3. Yeah, not a good look. He walked once, struck out once. He did end up making solid contact on one of the at-bats. I remember where it looked like he was leaving the yard. Same thing with Marte, so I guess I could give him maybe a bit of a pass, but still didn't happen. So McNeil then went 1 for 4. Maybe he's cooling off a bit, but still a hit. I'll take it. Naquin looked a lot better considering how he's looked as of lately. 2 for 4 on the day. Very happy with his performance. Beatty 1 for 4. 2 strikeouts. One of them I can't fault him for, but yeah, I'm happy with Beatty's performance. That is for sure definitely a better day. And then Nito going 1 for 4. Pretty satisfied. It just, when it comes to who you're facing, that's where I have the issue though. Like, I know I went through the list and I'm like, oh, it's not bad, but when you look at who's on the other side, I mean, Ryan Feltner, come on. The Mets need to get this offense going a bit more. I need more runs. Going up against Chad Kuhl tomorrow versus Chris Bassett. You need to win. Chad Kuhl is not good. Not good. But again, I will take this win. I'm not going to nitpick too much, and I'm going to try not to complain too much because of the fact that at the end of the day, as long as they win, that's what matters right now at this point, because you're in a pennant race. The Braves are right behind you, and they can't lose a damn baseball game. So every win is important right now. So I'm very happy. Finally get to 80 wins on the year as well, which seemed like it was never going to happen for the longest time. But again, it did. So we are very happy. One of 3 teams with 80 plus wins now on the year. If you could somehow get to 90 before the Dodgers do, that'd be cool, but doubtful there. I mean, Dodgers are playing the Marlins, but hey, I mean, if we could take care of the Dodgers when they're in town, but we'll worry about that another time. In terms of tomorrow, you should win. You should be winning this. You should be sweeping the series, I should say. But yeah, tomorrow, go out there and win. Go out there and win. I'd like the offense to be a bit more productive if possible, but we'll have to wait and see if it is. But that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, turn on your notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Let's go Mets, baby.